It's time to see how Get the Gist comes to life in the classroom.
Today you guys are going to learn a strategy called Get the Gist. Before I explain it to you, somebody tell me, what does that mean to you? Joshua?
Get the exact meaning.
To get the meaning, okay, to get the meaning of what?
The paragraph.
In Get the Gist, you're going to shrink all the information that you read from a paragraph and you're going to put it into a statement that tells the most important idea about that paragraph. Your statement is going to have as few words as possible, and we call this making a main idea statement. So the strategy, Getting the Gist, is going to help you be able to make a main idea statement, and it's going to help you become a better reader. Being able to identify the main idea of a piece of text is very difficult for third grade students. And third grade is a critical year for this type of objective because it is something that the students will be tested on. So to implement a strategy such as Getting the Gist is very powerful and very beneficial. Now, there are two parts that make a main idea statement. The first part is the most important who or what in a paragraph, and the second part is the most important thing about the who or what. Everybody whisper, shout to me, what are the two parts that make up a main idea statement?
The most important who or what in the paragraph. The most important thing about the who or what.
Now, I want to share with you guys a rule that's really going to help you with this strategy. The who or what will always be a person, an animal, a place, or a thing.
As the lesson continues, notice how she scaffolds the learning, first using a picture to teach and model how to identify the most important who or what.
The way that the lesson is designed, starting with the picture level and then moving towards paragraph level and then moving into actual text, builds in scaffolding right from the beginning. There is more than one who or what in this picture. Somebody raise your hand and tell me a who in this picture. Alan, tell me a who.
The boy.
It's important, even with scaffolding at the picture level, to find pictures that have more than one possible who or what. And then the students have to identify the most important who or what. And that allows the students to be able to see that in paragraphs, a paragraph can be talking about more than one person or more than one thing. And so the students really have to pay attention.
The class comes up with several answers. Then, students work with partners to decide which who or what is the most important, sharing their answers with the class.
Gerardo, who or what is the most important in this picture?
The boy.
The boy, and why do you say that the boy is the most important?
Because he's fighting the monster and the monster is scared of him.
Okay, because he's fighting the monster and the monster is afraid of him. And I agree with you that the boy is the most important who or what of this picture.
Next, the teacher models how to use the same strategy with a text.
The cows move when they see the tractor.
She asks students to name a who or what in the paragraph.
Ronna, tell me a possible who in the paragraph.
The cow.
Okay, would the cows be a who or would the cows be a what?
A what?
A what. Can somebody raise their hand and tell me a who in the paragraph? Jonathan?
The farmer.
And why would you say the farmer?
Because he's the only man in the paragraph.
Okay, because he's the only person in the paragraph. So I'm going to circle the farmer as a possible who.
The teacher again reads the paragraph, then lets students discuss their ideas. After a few minutes, it's time to pull the class back together.
Isaac, who or what is the most important in this paragraph?
The cow.
The cows, and why do you say that the cows are the most important?
Because the farmer, it's only said once, and the cows, it's said 3 times.
Okay, good, because the cows are talked about more often than the farmer. So on this line where it says who or what, I'm going to write the cows, because the cows are the most important what for this paragraph.
Now, the teacher models the next step in identifying the main idea.
In the paragraph, we've already identified that the most important what are the cows. Now let's figure out, well, what's the most important thing about the cows?
The teacher shows students how to distinguish between details and the most important thing.
If your thumb is up, you are correct. The most important thing about the cows in this paragraph is that they eat their silage at a long trough called a bunk.
The teacher models how to put the parts together to make a main idea statement in 10 words or fewer. She then gives students time to discuss the main idea statement with their partner.
The cows eat their silage
By starting off with whole group, I was able to model the components of the strategy and of the lesson, then moving the students into practicing that strategy and the components of the strategy with partners, and then being able to give them immediate feedback as they were working in partners, so that when students are reading text, whether it be narrative or expository, on their own, this strategy has been internalized in order to increase their comprehension.
called a function.
Fabulous! What did you leave out?
With the whole class together, they decide on a main idea statement.
Brockaball, how did you shrink all of that information? Let's hear your good main idea statement.
The cows eat silage at a trough called a bunk.
Way to go. He used as few words as possible.
The lesson concludes with a review of the strategy.
How can the strategy of getting the gist help you become a better reader? David?
It tells you the most important words about the who or what.
Okay, it tells you the most important thing about the who or what, and those tell you what about the paragraph that you're reading.
What the paragraph is about.
So that's how the strategy of getting the gist is going to help you become a better reader.
Later, the students practice the strategy using an expository text.
The pups leave their den
When they are 2 months old.
2 months old.
That's right.
As the Academy continues, you'll learn how students apply this main idea strategy to develop a content web, deepening their understanding of what they read. And you'll see how these third graders can use what they've learned here to write a report. That's still to come in the Third Grade Teacher Reading Academy.